Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina of Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your December general reading. There is a full moon in Gemini on December 7th and a new moon in Capricorn on the 23rd. I will be doing separate readings for those lunations. However, this is for the entire month of December. It is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. Please look at your sun, moon, rising signs, and any other placements that are significant to you for a fuller message. If this reading does resonate, please like and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and I appreciate all of you that do show me so much love and support, so thank you for that. Your overall energy for the month of December is the Eight of Cups. Capricorn, this feels powerful to me. Your efforts at leaving behind a very devoted, connected circle of co-workers, friends, families, or lovers that you recognize that you have outgrown. You are no longer aligned with this group's goals. You recognize that, and you have been sticking around for a while because as you've come to this realization that you are desiring a greater challenge in your life, a new mountain to climb, you have had difficulty really leaving behind this loving circle. And you are only doing so because you've gained a vision of something so much better than what you have been experiencing. You now have a key to a greater sense of expression, expansion, emotional fulfillment, and satisfaction. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, you have the Hierophant. Not only have you been learning some very powerful lessons about the way in which you are morphing from your former or past experience of your potential to ways in which you have grown and learned that your connection to self is empowering a greater sense of capacity or satisfaction available to you in this life. But the process of learning this, the process of gaining this knowledge, is something that you are modeling for others and that you are sharing as you learn with others so that they too can be a part of this process of emergence, of growth and expansion for our species. You are a teacher at some level, and your words are influencing and affecting others. Not only your words, but your behaviors. People are watching you, and they're watching you to learn because they're understanding that you are sharing your experience so that they can learn. In the first house, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is simply showing your focus, your perspective to be that which will enhance your capacity for growth, for love, for compassion, and that all of the learning that you are engaging in is so that you can heal yourself first and foremost. And this in and of itself is a big change, Capricorn, from your customary behavior of caretaking, of managing for others, of being in control, being the CEO, being the boss. You're really recognizing that the only boss, you only need to be in charge of yourself in order to support others. So these lessons you're learning that are supporting your growth are primarily targeted and internalized so that you can be more empowered to support others. In the 4th house, the Tower card, your home, your history, your unconscious. This is you really internalizing the important information from unpredictable, surprising, disruptive events in your life. This can be the way in which the pandemic, uh, war, any external event, the midterm elections can have an important corrective to the way in which you have been building the structure, domestic structures of your life, the way in which you've been understanding your history or your role in history, in your community. And this is you being the change that you want to be, recognizing that the external changes are empowered by the changes we make within. In the seventh house, you have the Ace of Cups, and this is your significant others. The Ace of Cups in this instance is more about this relationship you're building with yourself. You are not the same person that you have been in the past. Your terms of agreement, conscious agreement in relationships have shifted so that you now are the focus. You've now internalized the ability to attend to, nurture, and support your own dreams and experiences. This is you also opening up, not being afraid of the emotions, all the emotions that your experiences have generated. And this is part of you facing down uncomfortable behaviors that you may have internalized, that may have contributed to a structure that needed to be rendered, that needed to be torn down, that needed to be ruined. And out of that has emerged a much clearer sense about the way in which you attend to yourself. You heal yourself first. And that is opening up the possibilities that never existed for you before. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Cups in the first house by the Strength card in the second house and the Queen of Wands in the third house. You have been through a lot on this journey, even this recent desire to break away from a familiar and devoted community based on the powerful ties and bonds that you have with this community. Many of those bonds are forged out of love, absolutely. However, your experience within this community has never been reciprocal or mutual in the way that you might have expected it to be. Rather than stepping away from the provider energy that is customary for Capricorn, that boss up energy, you have instead recognized the support that others needed in order to work with you, live with you, support you, or support an effort that you were engaged in. This is you giving to others without an expectation for reward, and as a result, really gaining a kind of positive karma that looks like emotional maturity, that looks like the ability to hold contradictory feelings together within your heart, to be compassionate to those that may not have your capacities, and to understand that even those who may have dismissed your efforts, ignored your support, or used your support ruthlessly, are deserving of compassion. And this is what makes your strength a kind of superior, gentle resilience that you're aware of. This has also gained you tremendous confidence. Despite the attention or lack of attention from others, you are attending to yourself in a way that is gaining you this magnetism, this determination, and ability to motivate others so that you can delegate aspects of your enterprise to others with clarity, with magnetism that is electric. You are, of course, experiencing some new challenges with work. So the Tower card is clarified by the Six of Pentacles in the 5th house and the Devil in the 6th house. This is perfect because the full moon in Gemini is really attaching itself to your 6th house. And whenever I talk about houses, this is most relevant to those of you with a Capricorn rising. The 6th house is that house where we work with others in order to provide a service. This is how we take care of our bodies and our lives to be healthy, productive, and efficient. So this is a way that we have habits and routines. You are releasing yourself potentially from some negative old habits, habits that are based on what you were told was good for you, and ways that you now are able to reject that sense of the expectations with others so that you are choosing those habits that are most constructive for the way in which you want to care for yourself. This is also about this community that you are leaving behind. So as you are reviewing and equalizing your relationships, looking at the ways in which you have been that boss, even when you didn't want to be the one in control, always emerging as the one capable with the energy to lead the charge. You're now understanding that your relationships must reflect and be mutual, must be conscious agreements to work on things together. And this is really different from what you expected, the way in which you invested in your relationships in the past. You're now looking at that through the lens of what you deserve, what you are worthy of, rather than what others need. And that is what's driving your relationships and your ability to inform and model a better, healthier way for others. The Ace of Cups in the 7th house is clarified by the Lovers in the 8th house and the Four of Cups in the 9th house. You are really now practiced in ways in which you are choosing relationships and opportunities based on what is good for you. This is you choosing yourself again, and there are a number of indicators here that you are releasing the way others have expected you to behave or to perform based on their needs and their desires. This is a difficult set of habits and perspective for you to break, because you are unaware and becoming aware through the healing powers of this self-care that you're able to do, of how deeply you have limited yourself based on what others have told you, how others have responded to you in a way that was not truly supportive. You are now practicing the receiving and the building up of your desire state. You're practicing to be in alignment, to ask for what it is you want. And this is producing a number of uncomfortable emotions and feelings for you. One of the feelings that's uncomfortable is that someone is offering you something that you once thought would be your fulfillment, your wish fulfillment. However, you're no longer clear that this is something that you want. You are sufficiently changed so that your expectation of whatever this opportunity or offer is no longer aligning or matching your need or your want. You're not sure. You're considering it, and part of what you're considering is the ways in which you've grown and the ways in which you hope others have grown to recognize your worthiness. You are no longer satisfied with the model of others providing for you. You now understand that what is good in your life, you have allowed into your life. You have chosen. And this is a real reversal from the storybook, conventional fairy tale of love and accomplishment in life that we've been conditioned around, that others give you the good things in your life. So this is fundamentally creating this tower that you're experiencing, this real implosion of expectations and behaviors that you've internalized as your own, you're now recognizing are not your own and that can be released and can align you much more clearly on a road that's going to lead you to satisfaction. The Hierophant in the 10th house is clarified by the Two of Cups in the 11th house and the Eight of Pentacles in the 12th house. You have been working on yourself, Capricorn. For all of the cards that people claim belong to us, the Eight of Pentacles is right along with the Devil. The Eight of Pentacles is what we know instinctively to be our skill set, the ability to work hard, be disciplined, focused, and lose ourselves in the love of our craft, the love of our talent, the devotion to that. That's what ensures our success. It is not solely the passion with which we embark upon a road to fulfillment, but it is the discipline and focus that we can manage. And that is what's getting you what you want. You are now clear that even in the realm of relationships, even in the realm of loving yourself, you must forgive yourself. You must interrogate those attitudes that have limited your ability to make progress in the world. And you're now understanding that not only are you ready for the next big challenge, but that you are prepared and willing to go into the deepest and most frightening terrain of your life, and that may be in your relationships. And understanding that you're worthy of love, you are deserving of love, and that you must do the same quality of work that you apply to your outer material circumstances, to your relationships, to consciously agreeing with your partners of all sorts as to how to work together on the goals that you develop, that you identify as what is the nature of your work. I'm going to finish this reading, Capricorn, with the flora and fauna of Africa. Wow. And I pulled the Karakai, and the key word is opportunity. Trust your intuition and follow through. Be aware of your surroundings and leap at opportunity. I hope this has been helpful. Until next time, Capricorns, namaste.